woke up not too long ago because I just can't sleep, and I had a pretty positive feeling that the swing I took yesterday was going to burn me because that would be my luck. I mean, it would seem likely that we would bounce at the um, the major bull flag, right? But nope, nope, that's not what happened. Here we go. Let's go look on the S. My original bull flag and the very difficult to see bull flag here. I mean, I shouldn't even use purple. It's just such a. Anyways, um, yesterday what I did was stupid in that I was just hoping to make a trade. It was more emotional. There was no confluences. There was no um, confirmation that it was going to turn around. There was nothing. And if I go down to a 5 minute, when I entered, it was a little after 3 o'clock. After I entered, though, it made a 5 minute demand and it started to come up, but then ironically rejected, and afterwards has just been going down and has fallen even further. So that $17 I spent yesterday, we can throw that away. That's going to be worth maybe like $5 in the morning. What I probably will do is sell it as soon as the market opens. And then what will likely happen after I do that is the market will then rally. If I keep it and hold it for whatever stupid reason, the market will continue to fall some more. So that's just how things work there. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm trying to adjust this so I can move this some more, but I want to zoom in. The one thing I don't like about TradingView is trying to navigate and move around the chart while it zooms in and zooms out on you without you asking it to. I'm just going to extend this out some more. Don't know why I even bother, to be honest. So, yep. I don't know what else to really add. I'm just so disgusted and pissed off. Yesterday was a horrible day of trading for me. I went long and was in very small profits, but held, ended up losing it. That was my biggest loss. And then I went short and sold it very quickly. I don't know why I did that. I guess I was just so frustrated. I didn't want to lose any more money. And that short would have more than doubled my account. Had another chance to go short and said, hey, I would like to see price do this, and then I'll go short, and it did. But out of hesitation, I mean, still, I'm like, why would I make such hesitation about just trading $10? But then I would recklessly throw $17 away at the end. What can I say? What can I say? I mean, to quickly recap, no, I'm not gonna bother because first of all, I can't even pull up yesterday's options with this thing. So there's no point in doing it. I honestly don't even feel like trading today. I just want to shut this program down and just walk away. I'm so fed up with it. I'm so fed up with it. I mean, I created this channel to show just how frustrating and annoying trading can be, especially day trading and trading with options. And it's so much luck. You can have all the indicators saying, hey, maybe you should take this long, and you do, and it looks like it's going in your favor for a moment, and then it turns around. You can have these other indicators saying, hey, maybe you should take this short, and you do, and then if you don't have the patience or the I don't know what to call it, just the commitment to your plan, yeah, I don't know. Adam Mancini should be tweeting in the next 10-20 minutes, and I'm pretty sure I know what he's going to say. Also, I was hoping when I read his newsletter that he would have said that he took a swing long, but nope. He went short not long after. He was long earlier in the morning, He said, and then he went short. This morning he was long. Actually, no, he was long from the previous day. He took a swing. He took a swing long on the previous day, and of course, sold it sometime in the morning when it was up at this resistance. And then when the bell rung, it just started falling perfectly from this resistance. Although I think I added this resistance yesterday or after the market opened, I don't remember. And I think he did try and take it long at 4150, and he said in his tweet that it bounced a couple times, but then eventually just failed. And he said that he called it a failed breakout. I always think of a failed breakout as a breakout of a pattern. I don't think of it as a failed breakout of a level. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me to think of it that way. If if for if this is a support and this is an important level, this is another important level, and it goes from here to here and just comes up slightly and then falls below, I don't know. To me, it's just a level that failed. I don't know that it's called a failed breakout, but he said this is a failed breakout. It tried to bounce at 4144 and failed, and then he turned and went short. Here's my question. Why? Why go short here? Why not here? Why not down here? What was it significant about 4144 that made you think this is where I should just go short? This is the part that annoys me, and this is what annoys me about a lot of these veteran traders. They never show you their trades online. They always, always, every YouTube person I've seen, every one of these veterans, they always tell you what they did after the fact. Because, of course, it sounds really good to say. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm not. I'm just saying it's frustrating that they seem to always know just the right spots to take a trade. I mean, if you're going to go short yesterday, going short here early in the morning would have made sense. That's the best time to go short. But when you do that, you're assuming that it's not going to bounce at this trend line. It's not going to bounce at this weekly support. It's not going to bounce at any of these trend lines. It's not going to bounce at, actually, no. He said he sold his entire position once we got to the bottom of the bull flag, and he didn't take a swing. I'm the only fool that took a swing, and now it's burning me. If I had to guess, 4060 is the next support Z level, but when the bell rings today, for all I know, this might drop even more, because this is such a major pattern that just failed. So it might behoove me to take this short today, but watch I do. All right, watch I take it short, and it just chops. It chops sideways, or maybe even rallies. I don't know. My experience is whatever it is that I want it to do, it will do the opposite if I'm in the position. If I take the trade, it will do the opposite of what I want. If I exit the trade, then it would do what I would have wanted it to do to begin with, is what I'm saying. I mean, look at my videos. The patterns are clear. If I take the trade, it goes against me and burns me. If I don't take the trade, it goes in a direction I would have wanted it to go. If I take the trade and it does go in my direction, it will eventually turn around on me, and I'll lose whatever profits I had, or I will end up selling and leaving a lot of profit on the table. And I hate hearing all of these veterans saying, hey, it's okay if you leave, profit on the table. You just want to get a piece of the move. You just want to get a piece of the move. Well, yeah, that works when a majority of your trades are positive, when a majority of the trades you take are profitable. But when you're someone like me and 90% of your trades are losses, those one or two trades that are winners, you need them to be big winners to offset all those losses. I mean, every trade I took last week, I think except one tiny profit, was all losses. Every single trade. I started last week at $230. and it was just loss after loss after loss after loss. And then I started this week at like $130, and now I'm down to 105. And when I sell this option, this put that I took yesterday, or the call that I took yesterday, I'll be lucky if I can get maybe $1 back, because it's a 415 strike on SPY. There, I can guarantee you, it is impossible. Although, because I just said that, it might happen today. Watch. SPY is right now at, I think, maybe 402. Let's see. 404. My strike that I took, that I have money on, is the 414. It won't even show it. It won't even show it. It's so far out of the money. 414. Which, as you can see, I got in. I was struggling to get in at 17. It just wouldn't seem to fill me. And the moment it did fill me, it started dropping some more. So I was already $7 in the hole. When it started coming up, I didn't even notice this little spike. When it started coming up, I probably should have, in retrospect, sold it. But the reason why I took it was to make it a swing. But I probably should have sold it and just gotten my money back. But as of now, when the bell rings this morning, this is going to be worth maybe $1. If I'm lucky, maybe $2. And what will likely happen today, after a big sell-off like yesterday, because yesterday we went from 414 to 405. I mean, I've seen bigger moves, like I mentioned in my other video, in early 2022 and most of 2021 and 2020. SPY was making nice big moves, but ever since the bearish market started in 2022, the average move for SPY on a big trend day is 5 to 10 points. I don't think I can recall the last time I've seen SPY move 20 points or more in one day. But I can assure you, it's very unlikely today that SPY is going to get up to 414. Highly unlikely, especially after failing a major pattern. This bull flag that we've been making for a week, that is very bearish. So, what's the plan? Man, I don't know. I'm just so fucking, you know what, I don't care if I get demonetized. I'm just so fed up. There's Adam Mancini. Let's see what he has to say. First 3-day dip for ES in 3 weeks. What is a 3-day dip? I don't understand what that means. Yesterday, 408590 was, yesterday, 4085 to 4090 in was sell target. I don't think Madam Massini got enough sleep last night. I posted bulls needed a strong push there within the hour ideally, or 4060 next. 4060 hit overnight. Well, it just hit like an hour ago, but okay. Plan today, bounce spot, but 4080 must clear to pop back to 4106. 4060 fails. We sell to 4048 and 4025. Let me back this up to an hour and see if I have those. You know what? I hate seeing this gray crap right now. Let me go to a daily and zoom in. And I've got to get rid of so much stuff, man. My God, man. Remove all of these dashed lines I started using when I started using MK strategy to indicate minor demands and supports. Okay. Oh yeah, this is SPY. Let me switch this to ES. ES. We just got bunches of support levels. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's zoom this back in. Okay, oh my god, dude. Let's try 1030. 4060 is support. Let me move this down. The next support is 40. Oh my god. 4048. Okay. I mean, I don't know how it picked the one below, even though I picked this one, but 4025. Remove 4025. And this is I don't get how he knows like which one is going to apply. I mean, he's usually right, but the ones that I removed, why were those no longer relevant? I guess is what my question. Well, 4048 was right at the bottom of where the FOMC rally occurred. We need to regain 4080 because that's the bull flag. So if we can get back up in here, then maybe it'll start to rally. Pop back up to 4106. I guess 4106 is going to be the next resistance possibly. So let me move this up. I guess I could turn the rest red, but I'm not interested right now. And if we fail here, it's 4048, slightly below, and then a failure there is 4025, which is a little bit below this one. I don't know why 25 though. I keep thinking it wouldn't really be 26, but whatever. Okay. Here's what I think is going to happen. But because I'm saying it out now into the universe, the opposite is gonna happen. I think that this thing is going to rally back into the bull flag, the lower bull flag channel, and then reject at 4090 and fall back down even further or something like that. But my predictions on what happens in the market is garbage. I almost have no clue what's going to happen. The only time what I predict happens when I'm not in the trade or when I've exited the trade. Those are the times that the market does what I think it's going to do. But when I'm in the trade, generally the market will go against me. So maybe I should manifest good luck. God, I can't stand people who talk about that crap. I manifest. And I do believe in luck. I absolutely do. When I was a kid, my stepbrother, all his life has had good luck. And I don't really consider him to be a very honorable man. I don't. When we were kids, there was at least 2 times where we would just be walking. You know, we were kids, we can't drive. We walking to like the gas station to get something to eat or something. And I remember one time he looked down and he saw a $20 bill wet just sitting in the grass. And he's the kind of person where he's always looking around, talking, trying to look for women, whatever, whatever. I'm more I'm more introspective and I tend to notice a lot of little details around me. I'm a little OCD. So if anybody should notice a $20 bill sitting on the ground, it would be me. But I didn't. He noticed it. And because he found it, it was his. He's not gonna like, if I noticed it and found it, I would have been like, hey, awesome, let's get something to eat. Let's buy pizza or something for both of us. That's the kind of person I am. That's not the person he is. Another time we were walking and he saw some lottery tickets on the ground that were scratched. My logical assumption would be that if somebody scratched lottery tickets and threw them on the ground, they must be losers, right? He decided he wants to pick them up, and I gotta give him credit for that. He said he decided there's a possibility that they might have made a mistake, and threw a winning ticket away. So he picked up the losing tickets, looked at them, and sure enough, I don't remember how many, but I think there was one or two that were actually winning tickets that whoever scratched this didn't realize. So now he got this. Um, I'm not gonna say what his career is, but in his career, he's done well. He's well liked in his career. He's been awarded. Um, he's taken some physical demanding positions in his career that required you to be, physically in shape. It was demanding, and he's always been a little bit in the heavy side, and he still passed it. I don't understand how. um, he got married. He's got several kids, child support, and somehow he's able to afford to pay that and live a somewhat lavish lifestyle, driving nice cars and whatever. He did a side job. He created a side business that's doing successfully well. I mean, everything he does works out for him, is what I'm saying. When we were kids, he always got the toys like the ATV, the go karts, all those things. He always got those good toys. I never got that kind of stuff. And he was a little bit selfish. I remember one time when I was young, and this shows how old I am. There's a time when we had the radios in our vehicles, and for security reasons, you can push a button and slide the whole radio out of your car so that it won't get stolen. I thought it was a hilarious concept, though. You don't want your radio to be stolen. It was such an expensive investment that you take it out of your car and walk around with it, which is what we did. I put it in my book bag when I was in school. It wasn't light, but then it stopped working, and he said to me, "Hey, give it to me. I know someone who can fix it." What did he do? He took my radio, sold it, and kept the money. So what I'm saying is, there are people out there that are just lucky, and some of them don't deserve to be lucky. And I wholly agree with luck. I wholly agree that the ones out there that say things like, "Oh, I believe you create your own luck," and "I don't believe in luck, I believe in," there was a phrase that all these women were throwing around 10 years ago. I loathe the saying. I think it was something like this: "I'm not lucky, I'm blessed." Meaning that it isn't luck, it's some divine intervention that gives them um, their the good things that has happened to them in life. And when I read that, or when I see that quote, I think to myself, so what you're saying is anyone who hasn't had as much fortune as you, it's because God doesn't like them? Is that your logic? So, yeah, I wholly agree with luck. And I never, for example, another example from my stepbrother, our birthdays are close together. And when we would go to the store and we would get our birthday present, um, we would get them together. And I remember one time we got, and this shows how old we are. We got a toy which was like a little soldier, and it had a parachute. And you'll throw the soldier in the air, and the parachute should open. And of course, my stepbrother's toy worked perfect every single time. Mine, when I throw it up in the air, the parachute will constantly get tangled up. It wouldn't work properly. I think it didn't work at all. I could never get my parachute to open. And of course, I'm a kid, and I was so frustrated, and I said something about how I always have bad luck, and my brother always had good luck. And my stepdad gave me the dirtiest, meanest look, and he was upset at me, and I couldn't understand what did I say that was so wrong. But then, as a grown-up individual now, I've noticed something about other humans that just I find it loathsome. It really frustrates me. If you talk, like I guarantee you, there's people who are looking at my video and saying this. The reason why he's losing his trades is because he has such a negative outlook. That's why he's losing his trades. If he had a more positive outlook, his trades will be better. And I'm like thinking, okay, if person A with a positive outlook goes to a car dealership and buys a car, and person B who has a negative, I wouldn't say a negative outlook, but I want to call it a more realistic outlook, but let's use their terminology. Person B has a negative outlook and goes to the dealership and buys the exact same car at the exact same dealership at the exact same time, exact same year, exact same model, everything. Person A's car, Mr. Positive, his car is perfect, reliable, runs great, da 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 da. Person B's car, he has problems. There's electrical problems, it's leaking oil, da 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 da. So are you going to tell me that the reason why that car is giving problems and leaking oil is because the person had a negative outlook? Is that really your argument? I mean, that logically makes zero sense. You're making some sort of correlation that doesn't make any sense. Explain to me how this person's mentality physically manifests itself into this car. That doesn't make any sense. So what you're saying, was the car perfect before the negative person bought it, and then his negative energy manifested inside the car and made it have electrical problems and leak oil? If you believe that, then you're a moron. That's my opinion. You're an absolute moron. Luck is a real thing. It's just the bottom line. And it's why I honestly think I should give this trading up, because I don't have good luck. I don't. And that story about the car, that happened to me. That happened to me. A friend of mine went to the dealership. It was a different dealership, I'll admit that, but we both got the same exact car. His worked fine, no problems. Mine had leaky oil. The shift, if I shifted into gear, it was stick shift. If I shifted into third or second and accelerated, the shift will pop out of place. And I went to the dealership, and they lied and said that they couldn't manifest the same problem, that I was making it up. And I forgot what I had to do, but I had to jump through a bunch of hoops to finally get them to admit that this car was a lemon. And it qualified for a lemon under the lemon law, but instead of giving me my money back, they just fixed the car. But it was a Mitsubishi Eclipse. And this was such a trash car. It wasn't a convertible. It was a regular coupe, but when it rained, the water would pool. Somehow water will get inside the car and pool into the back of the car. And I remember I would have mushrooms, fungus growing in my car because I couldn't, if I left it out in the rain, it would just get wet. Water would somehow work its way into the car, inside my car, on the carpet, and make the whole carpet wet. Just an absolute trash car. And I eventually had to get rid of it. I forgot what I did. You know, it's such a long time ago. And here's the sad part. It was a brand new car. It wasn't used. Brand new. So, yeah, no. Luck is absolutely a thing. It absolutely is. There's so many variables in the universe, to admit that luck doesn't exist is ridiculous. And I don't have it. Not in trading, not in just about anything else. Speaking of which, let's talk some more. My stepbrother bought a motorcycle. And at the time we had the same career, but we worked in different places. And I bought a motorcycle. He would do all kinds of stunts in his motorcycle, wheelies and all this crazy stuff. I tried doing a wheelie a couple times, and one time I effectively did a wheelie, and I was with my brother and he was with his friend. And my brother and his friend, these two idiots, decided, when we were on a roadway that only has 2 lanes, and they were further ahead of me, and they knew I was practicing the wheelie, and they were telling me to practice. They knew I was doing a wheelie, and they were further ahead of me, and these two morons decided it would be good to slow down and have a conversation while I was doing a wheelie coming at them. And try and imagine, if you're doing a wheelie on a motorcycle, you can't see what's ahead of you. You can't. I'm seated in the motorcycle doing the wheelie, and then as I'm doing the wheelie and I was thinking to myself, I'm actually doing it. I'm doing a wheelie. I look over and I see my brother and his friend just having a conversation on the motorcycle going like 20 miles per hour. I'm about to hit them both. I should have, to be honest, but if I did, I guarantee you my brother would have sued me for the damages to his bike. That's the kind of person he is. So I slammed on the brake, put the front wheel down, and laid the motorcycle down. And it just slid right between them, and they moved out of the way. And of course, they yelled at me, "What are you doing?" Da, 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 da. And I got injured. And the irony is, in about 3 weeks, I was going to be taking a test to go into the fire department. And because I scraped up my knee pretty bad and I couldn't even bend my knee without the callus or the injury on the skin tearing apart and bleeding. I didn't get to train and prepare myself for this test, which I ended up failing, the physical test. Um, of course, if my brother had fallen down and our positions were reversed, he would somehow pass the test. I don't, and trust me, every time we worked out together, I was always stronger, faster. So I have no idea how he passed his physical tests for his career, but whatever. But but yeah, yeah. My point is that I don't have good luck. I've never had good luck, and that's probably the reason why I'm so much of a perfectionist and I'm such a control freak. Because if I don't have control of all the variables, if I can't see all the variables, then usually things will go wrong against me. If I can predict all the variables and I can control all the variables, things will go well, generally speaking. Anyways, this is why my videos are so long. I ramble too much and I vent. I'm sorry. Let me just go ahead and stop this. Okay, bell just rung, and as I predicted, well, it's $4, $5. We needed to regain 4080 to start the push to 4106. That seems to be happening. Um, I'm just going to leave this for now. This is on the 15. Let me switch this to a 5. I thought we might reject at the trend line, but because we've reclaimed that and we reclaimed 4083, I may take this long. And I may not wait for the 1030 thing like as I usually do. 40, what was it? 4090 will be the next one. But wasn't 4106 something as well? Oh my god, let me back this up and see. Yeah, 4106 would be the target. That would be 408. Wow, 408 might not be 4106. Let's try 409. It's all too expensive. Whatever. I guess I'll wait. I don't know. I don't know. As far as the other one that I picked for, look at it, it's not even on the it's gonna fit on my. I think I might just exit at. The bulls are having trouble reclaiming 4080 and holding it. I'm tempted to just put my sell at like. At one point, this thing got to $7. When did that happen? I put my sell at. You know what? I'm just exiting at 5. I don't know if this is gonna come up. Get my money back. I'll lose $12 out of that trade. Okay, I can't. Alright, I guess they're not gonna film me. Whatever. I had to take the headphones off because it kept sounding like there was a helicopter, just a vibration. I don't know what's causing it. It's really annoying. I have this on the 15. Let's go back to the 5. The irony is, if I take this back to a 15, let me go to SPY. If I take this back, I got in somewhere here. No, let me go back to ES. I'm sorry, because it was 4095. I got into this trade. Nope, it was way up here, and then it dropped dramatically on me. I remember that. All right, I'm I bet if I put sell market, it'll sell to me at like $3. All right, let's try 410. I don't know. I'm not in the mood to wait till 10:30, and I'm just gonna see if this can make its way to 4106, and then I can sell and hopefully maybe make up for some of the losses on the other option. If this can push a little bit higher, maybe instead of losing 17, I only lose 7. And maybe this can go from 50 to, let's see where this would be if I sell at 4106. 4106 would be equivalent to what on SPY? I don't know what it would be. Ugh, let's see where 4106 lies. It looks like it's the peak. No. No, I think it's right about here. So let's see where that would line up. Of course, look, it's already gone down. Because as it always happens when I take a trade, it immediately goes against me. Like clockwork. It really is amazing. It really is amazing. Now I'm gonna arrogantly put where I think it might go. 51. I don't know if this is, no, it's a little bit higher than that. It's like right about here, I believe. I'm trying to look at ES and look at this and try and compare the two. And I need to get rid of all of these lines, man. I think it would be like right around here. But you know what? Who cares? I'm already losing money anyways. I'm $10 in the hole already. And of course, we are about to form a supply zone. So we're already, you know what? I'm so done with this. I hate trading so much, man. I don't know why I still have this title, Weekly Expected Move. This was a title I made a long time ago when I used to watch Trade Brigade. And this was some spot that we were hoping it would rally to, and it did, and then rejected. And it has been a point that has affected it quite a bit. Um, I bet I got in like at the highest point. Yep, 51. Yep, that's typical. That's typical. I keep telling myself whenever I want to get into a position, I should just wait for it to pull back and then get into that position. But then when I wait, it doesn't pull back, it keeps going. And then if it does pull back and I get into the position hoping it'll turn around, it'll keep pulling back some more. Basically, my trading is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Well, this 5-minute candle is about to close and the bulls have failed to bring it above this level, which is going to make it a beautiful, clean supply zone, and I will be already starting the day with a loss. Right. Fuck you. And you know what? Where's the other one? Done. I'm not trading anymore today. I can't stand this shit. I'm sorry. Oh, out of frustration and anger, which is always the best way to trade, I took a short not long after I ended my last video just to prove a point. I don't care. I'm going to lose money. I know I'm going to lose money, but I just wanted to prove a point. I went short now after we failed to reclaim 4080, after we've basically bounced against the bull flag, like I said, after we formed this clean supply zone. So 1, 2, let's say we failed to get 40. Oh no, we got 4080 again. So, but we didn't. We failed. We dropped out of it. It's the false breakout, right? It worked for Adam and Sina yesterday with 4144. Why is it not working for me today? And go ahead, sell market, loss. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Another loss. Beautiful. Just this is the purpose of this channel, is to show how incredibly frustrating and backwards and always bad luck this is. We have a supply form forming, clean 5-minute supply zone forming. It's forming just below the bull flag that we broke out of. We failed to reclaim 4080. We just reclaimed it and then dropped back out of it. So 3 different reasons to take this short, and I took it short right around here, hoping for a pullback, and it dropped and immediately turned back around and came back up again. So yesterday I was around 130. Today I'm at $76. I have managed to cut my profits, my account almost in half in between yesterday and today. But mind you, now that I'm out of the trade, this is going to turn around and fall. But because I said it's going to do it, chances are, I love how Thinkorswim app is always like 30 seconds to a minute late on the alert. That's why it's you don't want to use the app. You want to get your alerts on the desktop. Come on, turn around now. Go ahead and fall. You had me sell up here with a sell market. I got in at, oh, mind you, you want to know when I got in? Pretty much, see, this is the top 55. I was in at 53 here. That's when I got in. Because I was trying to get in here and it kept coming up. It didn't fill me here. It kept coming up. And I just said, screw it. The only way I can get filled is if I anticipate where it's going to go. But I said to myself, you know what? Maybe you should wait for it to turn around and come back up. And I thought, yeah, but if I do, it's going to keep going down and I'm going to just miss out on my opportunity. Let me just go in. And I said to myself, watch I go in, and then it would turn around and come back up. And there it is. I hate trading, man. Absolutely hate it. Here's something funny too. I'm gonna look at my video. When did this line pop up? I don't remember at any point putting this line. Where did this thing come from? Did I have it yesterday? Did I not realize this? Yep. And I want to say something too. This is basically what's been happening for a while. I would say maybe about, I think it was December, like sometime in December, my original account that was like $3,000 just kept going down more and more and more. And I said to myself, if it gets down to about $100, I'm done. I'm done trading. I'm going to take the $100 out of my account and I'm done trading. And that's what happened. Except I didn't take the money out of the account. I just kept adding money in. I think I must have added about 150 bucks since December. I'll put in 50 here, put in 50 there, thinking that maybe things will turn around for me and I'll finally start making, um, instead of 90% losses, maybe 50% losses. Wow, maybe half of my trades might be winners. Can you imagine? To me, that blows my mind. That's like flipping. I have this app here, Coin Flip. Oh, but I have to re-download it again because my iPhone likes to take apps off my phone if I don't use it in a month or like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. I'm on the verge of screaming right now. I absolutely hate trading so much, man. Oh look, we created another supply. And of course, the asshole upstairs is awake because that's why I keep hearing um, him dropping things on the floor. Oh, come on, Adam Mancini, what are you talking about? Good level to. Oh, yeah, that's right, because he trades at 8 in the morning. So, more than likely, what he did is it always. You know what? I bet you he went long. 4060 was support, and then we needed to get to 4080. So what he more than likely did was take a long from 4060 shortly after here, and of course, it's making its way now. It's going to make its way exactly. Let's look at the option I got in initially. What was it? I think it was 40. I don't remember because I'm a moron. 410. Let's see where 410 is now. I got in at 53. It went down to 30. Now it's back to 48. Guaranteed. Now that now that we've now that the market has successfully faked me into a long, then faked me into a short, and then faked me into exiting both. Now it's going to work its way up to 4106, guaranteed. It's going to make its way there, and then my option. Let's look at how much the 4 option is. That's still $5, but I sold that for like, what did I sell that for? Oh my God. Okay, let's go little by little. Let's take it slow. It should be in here. Wow, dude. You'd think I bought like 10 options. Okay, I did sell it at $5. So that was a $12 loss there. Yeah, it's gonna slowly grind its way up to 4090. It'll take probably half the day, but it'll get there. And I don't know. I'm done. I'm so sick of this. I hate trading. I'm so sick of this. Wait. Okay, I pulled up the coin toss app. It's not really heads or tails, it's just yes or no. And I already flipped it twice, saying yes, it'll land on yes, and twice it landed on no. Let's flip it again. No. I want it to land on yes. That's 3 no's in a row. No. 4 no's in a row. No. I mean, unless the app is broken. Okay. 1 yes. Two yeses and another no. When I was a kid, when I was in elementary school, we did this game. I don't know who thought this game up. It was kind of stupid. We'll take a quarter and we'll flip it against a wall and count, if it lands on heads or tails. And I was poor when I was a kid, and sometimes I didn't have money for food. So I would do this game, and when I was a kid, I had better luck. It just got worse when I got a little bit older. Um, and sometimes I would win, and if you win, if you called heads and everyone else calls whatever tails and you win, you get to take all their quarters or something like that. I forget how the game works. And I would take those quarters and buy myself lunch for school. But actually, now that I think about it, this only times I ever showed any good luck. I remember there were times I'd walk home from school, and for one time there were these two guys, these white guys, and they had their dog, and they purposely let go of the dog on a leash, and the dogs came at me barking, and I had to take my book bag and hit the dog to get the dogs to stop barking at me, to stop biting me or try to bite me. I was terrified because I mean I'm a kid. These are big dogs, and the two guys were laughing. I will say I'm old enough that I can say that living in Miami back then in the 80s, this was a very racist place to live, Miami. I'm sure not as racist as like Alabama or something like that, but it wasn't like you would think it is now. Anyways, I'm just rambling. I'm done. This should be my last video for the day, but I will make another video when inevitably um what are we at? We're still struggling at 4080. I would assume, this is just me, I would assume that every time we fail to break over this line, let's see what it looks like on SPY. Yeah, so my SPY is different. For me, it's already made its way back into the bull flag, but the old bull flag, the one that's the upper channel, it's struggling. So I don't know. You can just draw a bunch of lines and somehow it seems to be confluent. So who knows? Who knows which is really applicable? But to me, the longer this thing takes to break out of 4080 and start to come up, the more likely it's going to fail and come back down. So, but of course, Adam Mancini just happened to take the long from here to here, and I'm sure he already, got his profits for the day. So, um, and even if I went long at the bell, I don't think I would have gained much. I mean, 405 is what is this? What is this? 5 or 15? This is 15. Let's go to a 1 minute. Yeah, at 9:30. It would just chop here. I mean, I guess if you got right at the bottom of this and sold up here, or if you managed to get right at the bottom of this and sold up here. But I don't know how much money that would have really have gotten you. But you know what? Who cares? Even just making a dollar. For me, making a dollar is impossible. It's so hard for me just to make a goddamn dollar. I mean, I can see it going up, and the moment I take a trade, it turns around against me. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna wait till 4 o'clock to do one last video. Let's just finish this up really quick and be done with it. Um, if I had kept my original call, the one I bought at, I think it was what, 53 or something way up here, it would have gone down as low as 20 or 19, and then it came back up to about 60. So if you were able to get in here and then take it long, then that would have helped. Um, if I had just waited, the the major demand zone formed here around 10:05, was retested and then went up. The major supply zone, which I don't know if I added this morning or no, this was from before. This is from some time before. But in any case, it formed a supply zone here and has served as resistance. So a fairly predictable, choppy, but um, coiled day, I guess. And I guess if you took a very close in the money strike, let's say 407, and one of these dips like here at 1215, I mean, again, all of this is just, hindsight 2020. Yes, if I had waited till it did this, then I would do this, but whatever. I didn't wait. Um, I think I'm gonna create a new rule now where I'm just not even gonna get to the computer by 9:30. I'm gonna boot up the computer or start up the app at 10:30 and then go from there. Because yes, there are a few times where the big moves happen within the first hour. You know what? All right, I'll redo it. I'll adjust. I'll compromise. From now on, I won't take a trade between 9:30 and 10 unless there's something big, like there's four confluences, major. But you know what? That's what I did this morning. This morning, I took this short because we were rejecting off of a supply that was formed, the bottom of the flag. We had lost a 4080 and it was falling. It looked like a false breakout when we came through, came out, and fell back down. Four different reasons to take it short. It didn't work. And I was done after this. After by 10 o'clock, I was already done for the day. I took one long, it failed. But if I had held that long, it would have popped back up. It was the 410, but yeah, I'm not gonna put it on there now. If I had waited till later in the day, like let's say now, when the thetas kicked in and lowered the value here, here's a spot here. We had a demand zone form here. It got retested, formed another demand zone here. And then a double test and then came back up. So I guess this could be considered an inverse head and shoulders. And then you could have gotten in anywhere in this spot here, 40, 50, whatever. And then sold once we tested the supply again here for, I guess it got as high as 100. So I need to, I don't know. And I'm gonna go put my headphones on because I'm about to go upstairs and punch the crap out of the neighbor upstairs because again, it's just all day. It just sounds like this moron just keeps dropping stuff on the floor. Just imagine someone just walking like a shelves of shoes, like heavy shoes or boots, and someone just keeps walking by the shelf, just knocking one after the other, and I can't begin to fathom what this obnoxious prick upstairs is doing to constantly keep making. And this has been going on since 9 a.m. There hasn't been much work today, so I've just had my headphones on listening to music, and thankfully not dealing with this noise. But I don't know. My account is now at a whopping $76. So that means between last week with FOMC when I started that week at $234 and now I've lost about 140 bucks. You heard how loud those sirens are? And the owner of this apartment paid $25,000 to have hurricane impact windows installed, and they're just as cheap and crappy in terms of soundproof as the windows that were put on here when the building was built in the 60s. Man, you can't hire people to do any good work in Miami, man. Yeah, I don't know. This was Adam Mancini made a few more tweets. I just haven't read them. I'm this close to just giving up on this trading crap. I really am.